Hey everyone, and welcome to The Explainer. Listen, in any modern enterprise, getting your material planning and inventory control right, it's not just a nice to have anymore. It is absolutely critical for operational efficiency. Honestly, without it, you're kind of flying blind in a very, very expensive sky. So today, we're diving into SAP's reservation functionality. Now, on the surface, I know it sounds like just a simple software feature, right? You're just earmarking materials so you don't run out. But as we'll see, when you pair that with the SAP consulting expertise of a firm like Rasta Infotech, this seemingly simple concept completely transforms. It becomes a strategic powerhouse that streamlines workflows, slashes your costs, and aggressively pushes your digital transformation goals forward.
So what does this all mean for the bottom line? Well, what if I told you a single system tweak could cut costs by 40%? Yeah, 40%. That is a massive number for any C-suite executive. Keep that number tucked in the back of your mind as we go through this today. We're going to look at a real-world case study a little later where a large manufacturing client achieved exactly that, a 40% cost reduction plus real-time inventory visibility literally just by getting this one operational area completely dialed in. So, this isn't just about counting widgets in a warehouse. It is fundamentally about protecting your bottom line. Okay, to understand how that kind of ROI is even possible, we need to demystify the core concept here. What exactly is a reservation in SAP? Very simply, it's a request to hold materials in inventory for future use, guaranteeing they're actually going to be there when you need them. Actually, think of it like a VIP hold for your most essential materials. It guarantees your stock is allocated to specific, prioritized orders, whether that's production, maintenance, or sales, before anyone else can use it. You are effectively putting a digital padlock on the materials you need to keep things running, completely stopping those really costly unexpected stockouts dead in their tracks.
And the great thing is, the system gives you a ton of operational flexibility in how you set up these VIP holds. Basically, you've got two main types. First up, manual reservations. These are exactly what they sound like, created directly by your users for specific planned needs. Like if a maintenance manager knows for sure they need a specific part next Tuesday, they just go in and reserve it manually. Then you have automatic reservations. These are triggered totally seamlessly by system processes in the background. So the exact second a production order is generated, boom, the system automatically reserves the necessary raw materials. Having this balance of human planning and automated system triggers, it gives your operations incredible agility. Section 1. Why leaders need this. 4 strategic pillars. Moving past the technical definitions, how does this actually solve executive-level headaches? Because let's be real, an enterprise tool is only as good as the strategic advantage it brings. Here's exactly how SAP Reservations support 4 key pillars. Number 1, inventory accuracy. Nothing ruins a production schedule faster than double allocating materials. Thinking you have enough for 2 orders when you really only have enough for 1. Reservations prevent this entirely. Number 2, production continuity. It ensures the raw materials are physically sitting there on the floor, ready for manufacturing. No more paying workers to just stand around waiting for supplies. Number 3, maintenance efficiency. It guarantees spare parts are locked in for scheduled repairs, which minimizes your downtime. And number 4, procurement alignment. This helps your procurement teams plan their purchases based on reserve stock, meaning they aren't panic buying at a premium, and they definitely aren't over-ordering and tying up capital in excess inventory. When Rasta Infotech integrates all of this with advanced analytics, business leaders get real-time visibility across every single plant and warehouse. It turns these 4 pillars into a massive competitive advantage. Section 2, workflow and execution, step-by-step process. Now, as a leader, you obviously don't need to memorize transaction codes, but you do need to understand the standardized workflow your teams will be executing. And the execution here is highly structured and incredibly visible. Your team uses key transaction codes, MB21 to create, MB22 to change, and MB23 to display. This step-by-step process is just beautifully logical. Step 1, they access MB21 and enter the reservation type. Step 2, they input the critical material details, material number, specific plant, storage location, and quantity. Step 3, they assign the exact requirement date, like when is this thing actually needed. And finally, step 4, they save it, and the system instantly generates a tracking number. The whole shebang creates a standardized, foolproof operational workflow that eliminates the guesswork and holds everybody accountable. Section 3, realizing the ROI, Rasta Infotech case study. Of course, a perfect workflow is only valuable if it delivers a real return on investment, which brings us back to that 40% figure we teased at the very beginning. This isn't just theoretical. A large manufacturing client worked with Rasta Infotech on an SAP S4HANA migration. And by completely overhauling their reservation management, this client didn't just get a shiny new software interface, they achieved a staggering 40% cost reduction. Along with that, they gained real-time inventory visibility, totally ending the era of just guessing what was actually sitting in their warehouses.
So, how exactly did they secure that massive cost reduction? Well, it really came down to three key deliverables from Rasta Infotech. First, customized SAP solutions. They didn't just install an out-of-the-box software. They tailored the workflows specifically to this manufacturer's industry needs. Second, a totally seamless migration from the legacy ECC system to S4HANA, making absolutely sure all historical reservation data remained perfectly intact during the move. And third, 24/7 support. They provided continuous monitoring and optimization of the reservation processes, ensuring the system grew and adapted right alongside the business. It's really that perfect combination of a custom fit, a secure transition, and ongoing optimization that drives a 40% reduction in costs.
Section 4, Future-Proofing with SAP S4HANA.
Looking ahead to the future state, moving to S4HANA evolves this tool from a basic tracking function into a highly dynamic business intelligence engine. You immediately unlock some really advanced features. Just look at this integration. First, you have integration with MRP, Material Requirements Planning. So the reservations you make now automatically influence and update your broader material planning runs in the background. Second, analytics and BI. We are talking about real-time dashboards for reservation tracking, literally giving the C-suite a live pulse on inventory allocation. And finally, Fiori apps. These provide super user-friendly, highly intuitive interfaces for creating and managing reservations across any device. This completely elevates your entire supply chain management. Now, implementing all of this might sound a bit daunting, right? But it really doesn't have to be. Rasta Infotech utilizes the SAP Activate methodology. This ensures a highly structured, predictable implementation of these exact processes. For business leaders, this provides immense reassurance. It means the deployment isn't going to be some chaotic drain on your resources. Instead, it's a structured, step-by-step evolution that turns your reservation management into a reliable, predictable driver of business growth. So we've seen how SAP reservations, especially when optimized by experts like Rasta Infotech, are for sure a lot more than just earmarking stock. They are a serious strategic tool for operational excellence. So I want to leave you with this final, somewhat provocative thought. Is your inventory strategy actively driving growth for your company, or is it literally just taking up space and tying up capital? If you don't have real-time visibility, and if you aren't ruthlessly prioritizing your most critical materials, it might be time to rethink your operational setup. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer today, and I really hope this gives you a fresh perspective on the true power of strategic inventory control.